to today's video. And in today's video, I'll be doing a 2024 election prediction between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I did give the running mates. I gave Harris Pete Buttigieg just because she seems to like him, and I mean, like, he's a rising star in the party, and he could easily be her running mate. And for Trump, I gave him DeSantis. I mean, he could pick Pence again. I would assume that he can. Like, Pence also only served one term. I don't know if there's a term limit on vice presidents. I'm not certain about that. But I gave him DeSantis. Nikki Haley is also maybe a possibility, but she's been a little bit outspoken against him. VPs don't really play a big role, or any role in this for that matter. Washington, Oregon, California would be safe for Harris. Hawaii would be safe. I do think that Colorado would be safe for Harris. Um, I just see her doing, well enough with a lot of minority voters, and Trump with DeSantis could do decent. Once again, VPs wouldn't really play a huge role in this, but I also think that she would do well enough in the suburbs to shift it a little bit. For Trump, safe states, Utah, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska is at large, first and third. Kansas, I think, would be safe. Harris is just not strong enough with white voters. Same with Indiana and Missouri. Georgia would not be a safe state for the GOP. West Virginia would be, however. Could take away Georgia. Now for Harris's likely states, New Mexico, Delaware, Connecticut, New York was a safe state. Maine at large is a likely, and Maine's first was safe, and Virginia is also likely. So we go look at 2020. We could also go look at 2016. That's probably more important. Look at Connecticut. I mean, like, Biden won it by 20%, and he won Delaware, which is his home state, by like 19%. I don't know if I have a 2016 map pulled up. I'll go try to get one pulled up. But we go look at this. Clinton won Delaware by 11.4%, and she won Connecticut by 13.7%. So likely margins for both of those states. I think that Harris would do better than Clinton, but worse than Biden. Oh, Illinois would also be safe, just because I just don't see her. I mean, like, she's similar to Clinton, better than Clinton, but worse than Biden. Also, Nebraska's second would be safe. She's a good suburban candidate. Actually, well, they could be safe. They could be likely or safe. They would be, I think, on the line. Nebraska's second. She's a good suburban candidate and a decent urban candidate, and it's like it is parts of Lincoln and all of Omaha. I think all of Omaha, in it. But she is, it also has a lot of suburban areas, I think. So I think she would be a decent enough candidate there. For Trump's likely states, Iowa, Ohio, Maine second, Alaska, South Carolina. That is it. So looking at this, Ohio and Iowa, Harris is a bad candidate for white rural voters in these states. I think that Andrew Yang could do well among them. Pete Buttigieg, I think, would actually be really good among them. And honestly, Iowa would not be safe regardless, but it's keeping it less likely to be safe just that she has Buttigieg. But they were likely in 2020. I don't see her doing better than Biden among the white working class. South Carolina and Alaska, both similar margins. They're shifting to the left, and they're just going to continue to shift narrowly. For Harris's lean states, I have Nevada, New Hampshire, and Minnesota. So looking at Nevada, I mean, like I said, Clinton and Harris are similar candidates. Harris is better, but if Clinton was able to carry it by a lean margin, similar margin to Biden, considering the state also isn't really shifting, I'm going to say that she's going to win it. Minnesota, Clinton, once again, won it by a lean margin. I think that Harris would improve on that lean margin instead of winning it by only 1.5, but I also don't think she would do as well as Biden did. He won it by 7.1, so she wouldn't do as well as Biden, but wouldn't do as bad as Clinton. Probably like a 3% margin of victory. Just because I don't think, I mean, like, she actually may be better, because she might be able to do better in the iron range among voters who don't like her but also really despise Trump. And in the state of New Hampshire, Clinton hardly won it. She won it by, like, similar margin to what Biden won Georgia. Yeah, 0.3%, so similar to Arizona. Like, Trump won a lot of these counties that you don't see going red usually. So, I mean, like, I think that a lot of those voters voted for Trump and then disliked him over his term. So I think a lot of these voters also would dislike Harris and vote for Trump, but not enough because of what they didn't like Trump doing during his first term, that they would actually vote to give him a second term, even if it's 4 years later. And those are all of her lean states. For Trump's lean states, Wisconsin, Texas, and Florida. So Wisconsin may come as a bit of a surprise. Um, Harris is not going to win it. That's for certain. Trump lost it. Oh, okay, I just knocked something over. Trump lost it by like 0.7, or I'm at 0.63. Where did I get 0.7? Harris, I think against Nikki Haley would actually win the state because she would be able to do better among a lot of these traditional Democrats over here that were traditional Democrats that like Trump. But considering that they do like Trump, I just don't think that she'd be able to do well enough among them. I think that Trump will probably carry it by a lean margin, maybe a tilt margin because Clinton lost it by a tilt margin and she was just so despised. I'm gonna say it's a tilt margin. Texas, shifting to the left, Harris might be able to do strong enough among a lot of these Hispanic and Latino voters to shift it a few percentage points to the left. Florida, DeSantis' home state. I don't think she'd be strong enough among Hispanic and Latino voters here, especially a lot of those Cuban voters. I think that she would probably lose it by 2% at best for her. Now for the tilt states, which are 78, make up 78 electoral votes. Right now it's tied 230 to 230. I will go label probably the most obvious tilt state, and that's North Carolina. Trump's not going to lose it. It's like a lot of people are saying that Harris is going to win it. North Carolina is not going to flip. I've already made a video about it. She's a strong enough suburban candidate. I don't see a lot of these, like, she is a strong suburban candidate, but she's not so strong that she would be able to do that well. And I think she would also do really bad among white, like, rural voters. And then, I'll go label a tilt state for Harris. Michigan. Why not? So we go look at Michigan. Biden won it by 2.8%. Clinton lost it by, like, 0.27 or something absurdly small like that. So, yeah, 0.3, but it was actually I think it was like 0.27 or something. So she hardly lost it. We look at a county map. A lot of these counties were not large margins. I mean, like, they weren't insanely large. I think that Harris would be able to do a lot worse than Biden, obviously. She would probably win it by, like, 0.6%. But she would do better in Detroit than Biden was doing, which I think would ultimately help her. She would just do bad among the white working class. Probably slightly better than Clinton, but slightly worse than Biden. But she would do better in Detroit, and that, I think, maybe not better in Detroit than Clinton, but better than Biden and slightly worse than Biden with the white working class. And I think that would give her a narrow victory. Now, I will go label a tilt state for Harris again. I'm going to go give her... Let's go look at Arizona. So, Arizona, Trump's not going to win it. It's not even debatable. Arizona, it's going to be very close, yes, but Arizona hates Trumpists. We've already seen Trump lose. We saw Martha McSally lose twice by 2.4%. And Harris is such a strong suburban candidate. She would do better in the Phoenix area. She might do better among Hispanic and Latino voters, might do worse. But I don't think she would be an awful candidate for him. She maybe will win Yuma County, maybe will win Navajo. I wouldn't bet on it, but it would be a lot closer. I think she would narrowly carry both states by tilt margins. Now, I'll go label Pennsylvania. I think Pennsylvania will be tilt red. Now, looking at Pennsylvania, Biden won it by 1.2%, which is, yes, a lean margin. However, we go look at 2016. Clinton lost it by 0.7%, I believe that is. She lost, if we go look at this, look at how, like, solid red a lot of these rural areas are. Century County, she lost it, she did flip it, I think, right? I think it went red in 2012, which is obviously something, but she didn't carry it by a large margin. She lost Northampton County. She just did horribly, in Beaver County, she lost by almost 20%. She lost Erie County. She did not do well in rural Pennsylvania, and she did not do well enough among white working class voters to be able to do anything. I think that it will narrowly go red, just because Trump would be more popular among the white working class than Harris. Though Buttigieg is pretty popular, I don't think it would really mean much. Now for the final state, it's the state of Georgia. I think it's tilt blue. It's going to be close. It's going to be insanely close, and I'm not even 100% certain. I think it will narrowly be tilt blue. Looking at this, Harris to do well enough in Atlanta. like I've said before, she does have a shaky past with minority voters, which could hurt her. But a lot of these voters really hate Trump and would take her over Trump, and B, we saw these voters do it with Biden. I mean, like they didn't like him because of a lot of these people didn't like him because of his shaky history. Yet they still voted for him because they didn't like Trump. So I think that she would do well enough there, especially if she's able to get a lot of, especially if Stacey Abrams, if she wins the governorship in 2022, Georgia will probably be blue. But I think she would also do well enough among these suburban voters. She would do horribly among white rural voters. I mean, like Biden didn't do amazingly in general. But I think that she would do horribly among those voters, but do well enough in the suburbs. I think that she would do similarly to Warnock Ossoff in a lot of these areas, but just do so bad in the rural areas that it's tilt red. So yes, I do think that this race would be very close. I believe this is very similar to my DeSantis versus Harris prediction. I think that Trump and DeSantis are similar candidates. A lot of people say that DeSantis is a strong suburban candidate. I wrote an article about why he's not entirely a strong suburban candidate. So I highly suggest that you check that out. Yeah, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Stay tuned for my next video tomorrow. I'm not even sure what to make. Like I said, it's like every video, but I'm never really quite certain what to make. So please leave some suggestions down below just in case I can't think of anything. Once again, I am working on a midterm Senate election night, so I'll hopefully have that up. And yeah, I'll see you all there. Bye.